tell you my secret now. I see dead people.
Welcome to Blondes and Booze. You are about to embark on a journey, one that often leads to more questions than answers. But fear not, your host, Krista, Aaron, and Brandy have the experience, the perseverance, and yes, even the gifts to pull back the veil and allow us to glimpse the other side. They will share not only their experiences, but will introduce you to world-renowned researchers and experiencers to help you find answers in the murky waters of what we call the paranormal. Their bonds with each other reach far beyond friendship, resulting in a pull-no-punches approach to the many subjects they explore. Their goal? To open eyes, hearts, and even minds to what lies on the other side, and the answers residing there.
Hey everybody, welcome.
Hello.
Tune in. We just decided to come on and do a live show to thank everybody. We hit our 1,000 tonight, our 1,000 subscribers. So we appreciate it. And we just come on to show our appreciation and to thank the people who have really been there along the way and who has really helped us out.
Yeah, Tex has got a little bit of feedback again.
Tex has got a lot of feedback.
Well, for those that don't know, Texas is working tonight.
Yes,
Yes, he is. Texalicious is at work tonight.
Right.
Thank you all joining us tonight.
But yeah, we've been on here, I don't know, we've been promoting and we've been talking to everybody and asking everybody to help us out and subscribe. I mean, we have been working super hard all day long and we made it. Woo! We made it. I am so glad. Glad.
Me too.
Welcome.
It's been a long haul. It has been over a year and it has been a really long haul. And honestly, we couldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you guys, subscribing, watching our shows, and all that good stuff. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you. For sure. Real quick, Brandy, you want to remind everybody what to watch real quick?
Sure, absolutely. On Mondays at 8 p.m. Central, it is Texas Front Porch with his lovely co-host, me. Yeah, you heard it right, me. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, it's Bob Van Buren with Van Buren Variety. At 8 p.m., our special guest tonight, Brunch with I'm ahead of myself. Beyond BMR, Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. Excuse me very much. I'm just really excited about hitting 1,000 subs today. It's been a very long day. On Wednesday, of course, at 8 p.m. Central, it is Danielle Diva with the Diva Dimension. Don't forget, Jason McLean has his very own channel now, which Jason McLean questions everything. So go on over there and like and subscribe and check his stuff out. On Thursdays at 12 p.m. Central, as Rob would say, 1 in the East. It is Brunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob and his lovely co-host Krista. On Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, it is Blondes and Booze. And on Friday, you can catch us again at 8 p.m. Central with Blondes, Booze, and the Woo. At 2 p.m. on Saturday, it's Infamous Minds with Tex and Danielle Diva. They should be dropping their newest episodes at 2 p.m. Central. So I think I got it all. I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think you did a great job.
Brandy.
I'm trying to get it all in there.
Brandy, you did a fantastic job.
You did. You absolutely did.
Krista, fantastic job in starting the show. And before we get started, certainly about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys were sitting 980, I think it was.
Yeah.
So Christy said, "Hey, Rob, you want to come on and let's do a promotional show to, pump it to 1,000." And then, of course, I got to I have to give DA a shout because
Mm-hmm.
he really did a great job
During
promoting
his
you
show,
guys
I don't
during
mean to
his
interrupt
show.
you. I don't mean to interrupt you,
I
but
know.
during his show,
Yeah.
I think we got close to 30 subscribers
Oh,
from
no.
his show. So thank you very much, DA. We love and appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and absolutely. And DA's been was on with you guys, and DA is a
Mhm.
great supporter of not only the Blondes and Booze, but BMR and Tex and the rest of the gang. And I appreciate DA. We had a great show, you and I, Chris, the other day.
Mhm.
And I do have to, before we get going, I have to give a quick mention to our sponsors.
Hello.
We're on Odyssey Radio, iHeartRadio, the lovely
Yep.
Ann Celine, and KPNL Radio. And good old BMR signed another sponsor for all the shows. They'll be starting next week. And I actually have the sponsor here. This is the mighty Patron Tequila
Yay.
from Mexico. The proud new sponsor of Texas Front Porch, Bigfoot Mr. Rob, and the Blondes of Booze, should you approve, of course. And what they asked me to do in celebration of the 1,000 plus subscribers is to have an on-air shot. And they even sent me a shot glass from the Hard Rock Cafe
Awesome.
in Acapulco. So I'm going to pour an on-air shot
There you
for the
go.
ladies and for our sponsor. And here we go. Now, this is more than 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Lord.
You might need 2 of those.
So this is for, I raised my glass for our new sponsor, Patron Tequila, but more importantly, to the lovely, the talented Krista and Brandy for your outstanding achievement of 1,000 plus. BMR is going to throw it down, hopefully in one sip.
Oh God, drink it already.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The lungs have been expanded. The mind is rolling. I love you guys. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And thank you, Midwest Night Watchers. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We definitely
thank you,
appreciate
friends.
that.
You hear me?
Thank you so much.
Yes. And also, while we're on a thinking trip, so
Hello.
I have to tell you guys, we would not be here without the 2 of you. You guys kind of, you took us under your wing and gave us a chance, and we love and appreciate the both of you very much. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You took a chance on us and helped us out, and we definitely appreciate it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Tex.
Well, it's about time somebody acknowledged my existence. I appreciate that.
I just did.
We're calling you Tex Delicious and everything.
I've been sitting here trying to talk.
Well,
Yeah, he's at work, so
Long
it's
edgewise.
Okay, you're up, Tex. Go ahead.
thank you, Tex. Great commentary by Tex. Moving on. To the subject at hand.
Girls, seriously, y'all have been a blessing to us, and it's just I want to thank you for being part of the team. You're absolutely awesome, and folks, y'all don't understand how much they do behind the scenes. I mean, they are doing so much, and not only that, we throw up a flag for help. They're the first ones to answer. The rest of us try to find excuses not to, but they haven't learned yet. But seriously, anytime we need one of us can't make it or something, and somebody needs to sub or take over a show or drive a show or whatever, these two ladies are the first ones to step up, and they have been for a long time. And I hated the fact that we got in trouble with the YouTube gods, and we had to stop our simulcasting. But I think we turned it into a positive.
Yes.
I know y'all say y'all wouldn't be here without us. Well, it goes both ways, because y'all have brought so much to the table that you've helped the front porch grow as well. So
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
I want to say thank you to y'all, and that's as much as I'm going to kiss up. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you very much. And thank
so
you,
much,
Northern California Cubs fan. We appreciate you. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
thank you. Call you
Yes.
NCCF. There it is.
Well, we actually have a list of people that we need to throw shout outs to.
Yes.
The next one is we kind of mentioned him a little bit, D.A. Roberts and Robbie Raines. So D.A. was one of the first ones that in the cryptid field that I met, and he too kind of took us under his wing and promoted us, and had us on his show several times, and we definitely appreciate everything that DA and DAX Machina has done for us as well. So they've been a huge help. Barton and Letitia Nunley, they rock. They've also promoted both of us, and we love them very much. And the Nana boss, Marty, I mean, she has promoted and promoted. She has helped us make stickers. I mean, she has done stuff behind the scenes. She's done our closing. So we love you, Marty, and thank you very much. And the next one, Miss Naoma. We love her, and she has put us on her show, and we actually have an upcoming deal that we can talk about briefly, vaguely, with Miss Naoma and DA and Robbie. Bettina Moss, she was also one of the first ones that I met in the cryptid world, and she had me on her show right in the beginning. So I appreciate Bettina. Cam Buckner, Dixie Cryptid. I have to tell you, when I went on his show and talked about a demonic case that I had done, he promoted us, and we literally got over 200 subscribers from him. So that was amazing, and we appreciate Cam 110%. Jason McLean, he has done our logos and that good stuff. We love and adore him too. So. And Tex, you're the one that's did our openings, and we appreciate that as well. Last but not least, our moderators, all the guests that we have had on all of the shows, and for sure the subscribers, because obviously without the subscribers, we would not be sitting right here today. So we appreciate it.
That's awesome. Yeah. And
Brandy, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah. I think you hit everybody that we talked about. I just, like she was saying, we appreciate all of you, and we're looking for the next 1,000. That's all I can say is we're just looking for that next 1,000. So we'll be out there working hard and bringing shows and bringing the best content we can bring to you.
Yep, absolutely. And just DA just really promoted us on his show, and as I said earlier, we got 30 subscribers just tonight alone from DA's show. And Robbie made a good point. When Brandy goes to these conferences, for those of you that have met Brandy, she is out there with the people. She is promoting Blondes and Booze. She is getting subscribers, and she rocks it. So thank you very much, Brandy. You do an awesome job.
Awesome.
Definitely appreciate it.
Well, and then we have to thank Krista, because she's the computer guru. She books all the stuff and puts it all in and has it all ready. I just show up. That's all I do, show up. So thank you.
So point being made, we each do our own thing, but it works, It works. So
You know what? I think I feel very, very comfortable in saying we are the pinnacle example of teamwork. It's and the thing about it is, you hear all the time about these channels, and they'll have all these co-hosts and everything, and then they have a falling out. Oh, we're not associated with them. There is none of that. None of there. It's just I don't know. It's crazy. The chemistry that everybody has between all of us blows me away. It really does.
Fantastic.
Well, I want to say thank you to Rob, and I don't do this very often because I don't think he deserves any thanks. But I have to say thank you to Rob, because honestly, he's the one that brought y'all to the table.
Yep, he sure did. I was just going to say that. Rob, I'll never forget, he called me like a Friday night, and we all, had called Brandy, and at the time Aaron was on the team, and called them. I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this? And, we talked about it. And I think, Rob, we talked to you again on that Monday or something, and made it official.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was quick. It was quick. There wasn't even no thinking about it. Just kind of like, well, they brought it to us, and we're like, oh, well, okay. There was no thinking about it. It was like, okay.
Yeah. So we definitely appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
And Rob, you were one of the few too that I kind of, in the beginning, that I had met and kind of chatted with a little bit, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the chance on us. Seriously.
You guys are welcome. And Tex, thanks for that. And I got to tell you guys something though, because, and I can say this in earnest, and I started with Tex. Well, we've been together I knew Tex well before the shows, but we started our shows and immediately had great chemistry, became good friends. And so as we're going through this process though, it was so weird, you guys, because I don't watch like a lot of channels. And it was funny because when I knew we had to make a decision to bring somebody else on for the time slot or whatever, just to bring a new addition to the team, I will say. I was watching you guys for a while. You guys didn't know me. Sure, Chris, we might have chatted and stuff like that. And we got, we talked a little bit. But I will say this, and I've seen a lot of quote unquote, because you guys are so much advanced now. You guys were paranormal team. And Tex Swan was looking for a paranormal to add to the group, the Porchers, so to speak. And I was watching you, Brandy, and Kristen, and of course the other girl for a while,
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought you guys had it. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. You brought good content, and I watched 50, 60 other ones, you guys. I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. I'm like, man, they're fit with us because they're so cool and down to earth. But the one thing that I liked the most, what hit me, you guys were genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And if you called a spade, if you did not know something, you admitted it. You didn't try to backtrack and say, well, I don't know. You had no question. It was like you knew it or you didn't. And you were straight up and you're honest. And that is what I am gravitated to when I watch a show. People that are trustworthy and that they can admit when they don't know something. And a lot of people today, unfortunately, they're not like that. But with Texas Front Porch, with the Blondes of Booze, with BMR, with Jason McLean, and I look like I froze up.
You did.
We're honest people.
You did, and I had to mute Tex because of the background noise.
Well, I'll be back. I look like a dummy right there.
Mute yourself.
You heard me though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I could
great.
hear you. Yes.
Well, as long as you heard me, but I'm gonna have to log back in.
Okay. We'll see you in a minute. Let's see if Tex still has background noise. Are you there, Tex?
I'm here. How's that?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. You still have some weird background noise.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Is that any
That's
better?
very strange.
It's a little better. We don't hear as much of the background noise. So, but seriously, we just wanted to come on tonight and thank everybody. And we've met a lot of great people and a lot of new friends on this road. And I feel like we've met lifelong friends, and I think it's awesome because on the Texas Front Porch side, we all have a chat, and we chat every single day. Brandy and Tex can tell you, like, every day. So, we are friends off of the podcast too, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Friends might
Yeah.
What was that, Tex?
So I think friends might be pushing it, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we do Blondes and Booze. We have some things coming up that I can't give away the full secret because it's a huge deal. It's 4 different podcasts are involved. It is Naoma Finn, Open to Doubt. It is DAX Machina. It is Robbie Range channel, What's Really Out There, and us, Blondes and Booze. We have something we're doing with the 4 of us, and it's going to be really cool. I can't exactly say what it is, but I will give you one hint. It is in December. We'll tell them that.
Yeah, it's in December.
It's in December. That's the only hint. So be looking forward to seeing what we got going on then. And be sure to subscribe to all those other channels, as well as all of the Texas Front Porch channels as well. We appreciate it for sure.
Actually, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. There's actually something else happening too. And I'll leave it up to Brandy to say as much as she wants to about it because she's directly involved.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
What?
I can't hear you very well. I'm sorry.
I said I'll leave it up to you how much you want to divulge. Is that the word? Without making the word.
No, we're gonna leave that. That's all you. That's all you. We're gonna leave that for Monday night.
No, that's
because this is on you.
This is you. This is you and somebody else, not me. I ain't got nothing involved.
I'm convinced you guys it is my camera. Yeah, because my internet's fabulous.
Well, you're back now and you're not froze up. You're good.
Yeah, it's my camera, I think. But anyways,
So
I'm sure
Brandy's not going to say anything.
Brandy, give him a little teaser.
Are you talking about what we decided on today?
Oh my God! Help me, Lord!
I can't hear him.
He said, "Help me, Lord."
Oh.
You and Randy.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna wait on that. Randy and I have discussed it, and we may probably be starting up a different podcast. I'm not going to divulge any other information at this time, but it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a very good-hearted, laughing type of show. We're not going to be, this is definitely not a serious show by any means. So,
well,
that's how
I could. If Brandy's involved, I'm sure it'll be extremely entertaining.
Yep.
I love Randy.
We got a comment.
Yeah.
My friend Erin, she says, "Can't wait to see what happens in December." Well, Erin, talk to Kathy. I know you're with her tonight at the museum. Talk to her. She'll fill you in on everything. And I'm sure you'll be there. So anyway.
Freaky goes.
But
I don't even know.
That, like I said, Randy's a character, and we fight like brother and sister. So this should be a great show.
I'm really excited about it.
Mm-hmm. What night are you? What night are you coming on?
Well,
Can you give away that?
We're not sure yet. We're trying to find out our spot so we don't interfere with anybody else's show. And
It's in a,
but we're gonna try and fit it in nicely. So, probably since I'm on Monday, Thursdays, and Fridays, it's gonna have to be Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll just go with that one, Tuesday or Wednesday. But it's probably gonna be Wednesday. I think that's where we're gonna slide in at.
Gotcha. That sounds good. Sounds good.
sounds fantastic, and it sounds like it's still in the preliminary stages.
It
So
is.
something we all can look forward to,
Yes.
and I will certainly tune in. So that sounds awesome.
I have certainly never let the cat out of the bag early on anything. So I don't.
Text you never
Yeah.
I said nothing either.
Yeah. But
I kept my mouth shut.
yeah.
I didn't
looking
even
forward
know
to
about
that.
I didn't even know about the Brandy Randy thing until right
You
now.
did too. I told you. Well, I did tell Rob. I did tell you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just pretending like I didn't hear it.
Well, it wasn't a big, it wasn't a big secret from us on the porch. I mean, it was
Yeah.
just kind of like where we're going to fit in. How can we do this? Because with his job and my job, we had to get a schedule going. But I think we're going to fit in Wednesday night. So, and we should fit in probably right before Diva. So that should be it.
You know, and that is somebody else who's been promoting all of us.
Really?
Yeah. She put us in that magazine article that she was part of. Every show she does, she, promotes all of them. And she's the newest member of the team. Hello.
We're here.
We're listening, Tex.
Oh, this is horrible. I'm not used to these kind of problems.
We're listening. We're listening.
It's funny too, Tex, that you mentioned that, because I think the other day we were doing a show, and I usually have some glitches. And I said, Tex, my man, and Tex sits back on his laptop in his studio. I've known Tex. We've done shows together for over 2 years now. Tex has never once frozen. Tex has never once bleaked out, lost power. And so I made mention of that. And then, sure enough, the next day on a Tuesday night show, Tex froze up. And I thought it was me, but it was only for like 5 seconds. So again, I never say anything good about anything, because usually, what happens? The opposite happens.
Mhm.
What Rob's saying is he's a jinx, is what he's saying.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to skirt that, Tex.
So let's talk Dogman conference real quick.
Our five
Drink more, Rob. Drink more.
promoters of Patron.
Drink
Silver.
another shot. You need
I'm
one.
gonna throw another one down.
Yep,
Because
sounds like to me.
I'm celebrating the lovely ladies. I'll even pour it on air.
That's all right. Tonight I am drinking on air too. I have wine, as does Brandy.
It's 1:29. It's 12:29 on a Saturday night. So
There you go.
and this will expand the lungs. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to text you early in the morning tomorrow and see how you feel. Just saying.
Well, I'd be
Let's
probably
call
feeling
him out
good.
for you.
Yeah, I have a former bar owner.
You are. Yeah, that's true. You'll probably feel just fine.
I've had a lot of 3 a.m. nights. Now, of course, everybody listening. No, BMR don't drink every night at the bar.
No.
But probably more than the average person. I'll just leave it at that.
You really don't, though. I mean, you're making yourself sound like a you're really not, though.
Right.
This was Saturday. You didn't know that you were going to be invited to come on tonight, and you had already
Yeah,
started
no.
thinking when I sent you
Well,
the text
no,
for your
absolutely
visit.
not. But I'd
Yes.
do anything. But again, that's how cool we all are. We're all great friends. It's just like Brandy and Krista and Brandy. I say them interchangeably because I love them both equally, as I've always said many times. And Tex mentioned this earlier. You guys are always in everyone's corner when we need someone to help. Brandy, I had that cancellation. You came on and we had a fantastic show. Thank you so much for that. Krista, the same way, took over for my new co-host, and stuff. And anytime you guys need my help, I'm certainly gonna help you guys because we are not friends, we're family. I've never
Yep.
met you physically or in
Yep.
person, but I feel like I've known you for a very long time. And when I say that, I do
Absolutely.
mean that.
Yeah,
I
and I
do mean it.
appreciate you asking me to be your co-host months
Yep.
and months and months ago for
Absolutely.
Brunch with BMR. I enjoy that.
Yeah, it's a great show. Thank you for that.
Yep, it is.
I
It
know.
is.
It's kind of like we have different gigs. I mean, we have Blondes and Booze, and then
Yeah.
Krista has Brunch with BMR, and I have Texas Front Porch. It's
Yeah.
like we're just one big happy family. We just switch channel to channel.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
still
we
here.
just we
You
spread
never
it
know
out.
where any of us will appear.
Which is which I like too. It's kind of the mystery.
Right.
I don't
Right.
even get apprehensive of knowing if I like lose a guest or the guest has to cancel because I can always find somebody. And it's one of you two
Yeah.
or whoever. So that's what I love about you guys. You are team players for sure. And
Yep.
you guys do rock and you deserve all the success you've gotten thus far.
Thank you very much. Belinda
Thank you.
Kruger says, darn, I might need a drink now too. You know what? Go for it, girl.
Just go get one. It's okay. I
Yep,
have my
it's okay.
choice. 9 o'clock.
We don't judge. We always say we don't judge.
No, and we really don't.
We
No.
don't care what you do.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this Dogman conference now.
Yes.
We're coming up so close. We got what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks. We have like 13 days before we're leaving. And the Dogman conference. Let me pull the flyer up here, guys. This is the lineup of speakers. This is a 3-day conference. And I'll tell you what, for the money that you paid to get into this conference, you can't beat it. I mean, the lineup of speakers is incredible. And we will all be there. Tex will be there speaking. And I think I don't have an updated one. I'm just looking at that now
No.
because Tex, you are on the new one. Well, phooey. But yeah,
Very.
Tex will be. Yes. So if anybody is in the Fort Worth, Texas area, and come on down there. I mean, you get to a lot of people that I know that's in this chat. There's a lot of people that are on other people's chats that I see. You can come and see, come and meet them in person. So it's gonna be a good one, and we have some field trips planned. We want to go to look for the Lake Worth monster.
Yes. Or at least see where the sightings were now. People are saying that they haven't seen any in quite a while. Seen anything
Yeah.
there in quite a while. And
Let me ask
but
you
we're gonna
guys,
go check it
where is the this location in relation to where the actual conference is? Is it
I
a
think
long drive, an hour drive, half-hour drive?
No, I believe it's only like I think Tex can
20
verify this. But yeah, just 20 minutes. Is that true, Tex?
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's sweet.
So I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, the more I hear about this, the more mad I get. But
We understand, Rob. Unfortunately, Rob can't make it. Rob, do you want to tell everybody why you can't make it to the
No, I
Dogman?
don't. I do not. I just don't. It's kind of like talking about my bad internet sometimes. Power went out.
Instead of
Yeah.
no, instead of a family reunion, he has a friends reunion. They do a thing every Labor Day, and
Th-
he's not breaking
th-
tradition, so you can't blame him
Thank,
for that.
thank
Yes.
you, Brandy. Well
And
spoken.
haven't you been doing this like 30 years or
This is
something?
our well, actually, this is our 30th year. It was
That's
year 29. I might have taken a pass, but
yeah.
30 is kind of a big thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We were doing this since we were like 18.
Wow, that's really cool. So
And
how old does that make you? Let us count it up. I'm kidding.
well, no, that'd be 48, but I was well before that. I'm older than 48. I'm in my, 50 area.
Me and
Me
Rob
too.
age.
Me and Tex the same age actually.
Are
We're
you?
a month apart with our birth dates
Okay.
even. We're both Christmas babies
Wow.
or somewhere around that.
We are.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Actually, you're March, right, Tex?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the Christmas baby. I'm sorry, Tex. I thought you were a Christmas baby too.
I'm a St. Patty's Day baby.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's all
yeah,
good.
it's kind of like when I knew you two were brothers somewhere along the line.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Tex is my brother. I love Tex.
Oh yeah. Gosh, we're just full of love tonight.
Yeah,
We
we're
need to
full.
drink more on our shows, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Freaky's asking if I'm having a book signing party someday. You
Yeah,
know
let's
what,
talk about
Freaky?
that.
Yeah, we have to come up with a book signing party.
We do.
Alabama Bigfoot Conference.
Right. So
Oh, go to hell.
if you haven't seen his book, this is his book,
Yeah. All right.
and you can purchase it on Amazon.
Yes, thank you.
I'm Vanna White. Okay.
Yes, you are. You're pretty. You're better looking than Vanna.
Oh,
but
that
she
was
just
sweet,
paid more.
Rob.
She needs to pay more. I want her job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the, so how long did it take you, Rob, to put this book together? I mean, really?
To be honest with you, it took me about a year to write, and another 6 months to get published.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's
so
a long
it
time.
does take some time. Well,
Mhm.
put it to you this way: I started writing it last Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Last Thanksgiving. So this Thanksgiving will be a year. But it was
Wow.
kind of cool because I wrote I put together a story a week, sometimes two a week.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But then you have to edit. And I said, "Oh, cool, this is easy." But editing the book took as long as it did to write it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm
And
sure.
then I had publishing difficulties, and I made a change on that. And then I said, I'm just gonna do it myself. And then when I decided to do that, I didn't have an artist. I didn't have no rendition. So of course I called Jason, who did such a bang up job on the cover.
Yes,
Oh,
he
he
did.
did. He did. Let me
Jason
see
and
if we can get a
yeah,
frame
and
of that.
Jason isn't a true artist.
Mhm.
Jason does not. Yeah, you could do. I mean, you do stuff on the computer, but Jason does freehand and takes his freehand sketches and applies it to the computer. So fabulous job, and he helped me get it published, and he helped with some light editing, some of the
Mhm.
stuff that I missed. So yeah, big. And
Mhm.
Jason is actually has a credit in the book. So if you buy the book, Jason's name is actually in my book as well.
Mhm.
So yeah. So like I said, I'm not greedy. I give him credit too. If you look it up on Amazon, it says Rob Carnifel and Jason McLean,
Awesome. Very
author
cool.
and
Right.
illustrator. So give him
I had
props.
to tell you, because I'm from Michigan too. We all know this. You put a story in there. I think it was your second story in, and it's called the Owasso, Michigan Dogman.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And I lived 15 minutes from Owasso.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Oh God, do I even want to read the story? It's it's like freaking me out a little bit. Do I want to read this
Yeah.
story? I'm like,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, it's kind of like because I lived there when I was a kid for many years, and I'm like, man, God, and
Yeah.
I'm still alive. What is wrong? And we had, people we knew out that lived out in Owasso, and they lived in this old two-story farmhouse out there, and they had just all this land that wasn't being farmed, and so it was overgrown, and trees were up, and we'd go out there and just play.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. And it's so funny too, Brandy. Brandy, isn't that weird? Because a friend of mine, his name is Bob, and he lived in Owasso, Michigan for like 17, 18 years. And I had met him through my business, through the bar. But now I didn't know about this story until I got involved with what we do today. And he was from
mhm.
Owasso, and I called him up. I haven't talked to him a couple of years, and I said, "Hey, dude, I wrote a book. If you want to check it out." And then Brandy, much like you, he bought it. He saw, I'll buy it. Cool. And he saw the Owasso, Michigan Dogman. He goes, Rob, I lived in Owasso for 17 years, right? I go, yep. I thought you liked that one. He goes, no, I didn't. Now after reading that, I'm kind of like freaked out now. But you
It's
know
like,
what he
no,
said to me? But you know what he said to me? Now he's looking back into his childhood and looking into his young adult life. Man, after reading that, now I'm thinking back of all these weird experiences I had in Owasso. Maybe there was a damn dog man. But you never know, right? It gets
right.
What's cool about this, it makes your brain just think. I didn't think much about Bigfoot until I had an encounter. But then you look back in life and you're in the woods, the forest, now things that you blew off as a kid or a 30-year-old or whatever. Now it kind of makes sense. Now, like I wasn't
Sure.
dreaming, or I wasn't having my mind wasn't playing tricks on me. So that's what's cool about the book, to be honest, is it pulls this together for a lot of people. And there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and one thing, I did the story on the Indiana State Park Dogman, which was in Oatmeal Creek. It was Oatmeal Creek. It might not. It was a food. It was a cookie, but I think it was oatmeal. But you guys listen. The guy bought my book. I don't even know this person. He bought the book. He read that, and I got an email from this guy, and it was about the conspiracy theory, how his horses. In my book, the horses got attacked, and there was a dog in the state park, and how the state park ranger or the government gave this guy money to be quiet. He says that happened to him from the same state park in Indiana. So you know what this says to me? Wow. This story, because again, a lot of these stories I got from people, but for me, it
Right.
was an affirmation that the story that I presented, totally 100% true. I mean,
Yeah.
I present the book as true stories, and I'm
Right.
getting so many people saying, "Oh my God!" After reading this is I know what you're talking about. So for me, I'm most proud of that, because when I say true, as far as I'm concerned, it's true. So I dig that, but I was so taken aback in a positive way. Rob, the same thing happened to me, what you told in your story. So for me, that was just so spectacular. It was
Yeah.
just like I was so happy. Not happy that happened to these people, but that I don't feel bad about outing the state park, because that was my concern. Not so much about the story, you guys, but outing a state park. There depends on money, but you know what? They're hiding shit, and I kind of exposed it,
Yeah.
you know? So I feel good
Well, if
about
it
that.
happened, it happened. Yeah. If it
Yeah,
happened, it
right.
happened. So how many? I know you get
Real
tons of
quick,
emails.
real quick,
Oh,
Brandy. I don't mean to interrupt you, But Tex said he had to go. He is at work.
Oh,
Okay,
he's-
that's.
He put that in the private chat. So
okay, Tex.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's still listening.
I'm gonna jump in here and say goodnight, and again, congratulations, and you deserve every bit of it, girls.
thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Y'all worked your asses off, and I see great things in the future for you. I really do.
Thank you. I
Thank
look
you.
forward to hanging in Texas.
Oh yeah,
Tex. There's always great things for Tex as well.
That's right. Don't work too hard.
I'm gonna try not to.
I love this.
Yeah.
Tex, I don't know if you can read this, but Penny Van says, "Bye, Texie Bear."
Okay. All right.
Oh, she cracks me up.
Have a good night. And congratulations.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later, Tex.
Okay, where was
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
at?
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay. So I know
No, that's
that
fine.
you get I know that you get emails and text messages and
I get
Facebook messages. How many stories do you think that you had to go through to pick the ones that you put your book? I mean,
well, here I'm
do
gonna
you
do
think
is okay, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna pull this up really quick. I started doing this 2 years ago. Well, actually, I started putting out my email and I started saying, send me your encounter stories.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I'm looking up real quick. Okay, well, there's 45 in this book, you guys. I have 92 left I haven't read yet.
Oh wow.
oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
That's why I made it book 1. Because
There you
there's
go.
definitely
Yeah,
a book
well, that's a
2.
good idea. I'm pretty sure you probably archived a lot of those to hold back for the next book too, and you've still got more to read.
Yeah, there's so many to read. It's so weird. It's weird. It's because yeah, we have the YouTube channels, all of us, but I get so
Mhm.
many emails just about encounter stories. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot are from people in chat, and a lot of people are just from. It's funny because you don't realize that how many people watch our shows when they're not live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they
Mhm.
catch the replay in the archive and they go in and they see the banner that says, if you have an encounter story, email to Beyond BMR. I get a lot of
Mhm.
hits on that. And I will tell you guys, some stories are kind of, yeah, sorry to tell you, no, I don't think I'm going to use it because, it's 5 sentences.
Yeah.
And then some, and again, you guys just, and again, I don't want people to think either it's a copy and paste shop stories because I do have to tell you, every story that I've had to write, I've had to rewrite them because just people don't have a command of the English language. So I
Right.
got to call people back. Well, what forest were you in? Was it a
Yeah.
sunny day? Was it raining? So, yeah, the stories are it's what the person experienced, their encounter. But then I've got to add, the body to it, right? And make it worth reading. Because
Mm-hmm.
you can get some says, I had a Dogman encounter. It killed my chickens. It left scratches on my roof. And then my forest park ranger and I went out and hunted it and we shot at it. And that was it. So, I
Right.
mean, that's not worth writing about, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So you have to call the people back and get details. So it
Sure.
did
Yeah.
take a lot of time to put together. So it's not like a cut and paste job. I really had to use a lot of my own thought. And I'm not bragging, you guys. I'm just telling people it's it's authentic, but it's also creative verbiage added
Mm-hmm.
to make it worth your
Yeah.
read,
Right.
to make it,
Right.
not boring. So yeah, but yeah, Brandy, yeah, Christy, yeah, I get a lot of emails. In fact, I'll get the same guy will text me 20 times a week. When's my story coming out on the video? And
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. Who are you?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's so when I say I'm busy, I am. I am, and it's so much to read. And reading on the computer for me ain't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Reading like it's all bright. I mean, it's
Right.
just you gotta sift through everything. So yeah, it's a
Right.
process. But it's rewarding. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it. I'll probably do another one. And I'm really thinking about doing a third book about my own personal life, which I think is well worth putting together. You guys know the shit I've gone through in the short time I've known you guys, and there's
Yeah.
more stories than that.
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Right.
So I'm thinking about doing my own memoirs about my paranormal experiences, which are quite many.
hmm
So,
Yeah. Considering you owned a haunted bar.
considering.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Krista, we're
Considering.
coming up on 52 minutes here. What do you want to do?
I say we take a break and come back and tell a scary story, an
Okay.
encounter,
Okay.
something
I
that
like
we've
it.
had.
Yeah,
I
why
like
not?
it.
It's so I like
Let's get
that. We're only
spooky.
Yeah.
let's get
Yeah.
spooky.
You know,
Let's
it's
get spooky.
midnight.
I love you stuff.
Let's get spooky on Saturday night. Or is it Saturday?
Yeah,
It is
I like it. I like it. I'm throwing hearts out there.
There you go.
Rob
Yes.
told us.
Oh,
that
everybody.
the little heart at the bottom,
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell him, Randy.
the little heart at the bottom that everybody's annoyed about because it gets in the way of what you're chatting. Go ahead and hit that and use those because evidently it helps the algorithm. So throw us some hearts, some laughs, some scary faces here, and some 100, whatever you want to do there. But it helps the algorithm, so that's why it's there. We can't get rid of it. So just use it.
I did not know that.
That's the only way I can say it. Just use it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we'll
didn't
come
either
back.
until Rob said it. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I thought it was so
What do you
annoying
know?
too. I'm like, and then I read it. I said, "Yep, nope. You want to promote people hitting the dumb little button."
Huh.
The dumb little heart button. Just hit the button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're going to take 5 minutes out and stay tuned. I guess we're going to get spooky.
Yep. When we come back, I'll tell a story about a private case. Brandy can tell something she's done. And Rob, you get to tell something.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something.
So, all right.
All
We'll be
right.
right back in 5, everybody. Stay
Bye.
tuned.
Four minutes to go, folks. 4 minutes. Three minutes. We're almost there. 2-minute warning, guys. 2-minute warning. One minute. 1 minute.
Hey, everybody. Brandy and I are back, but Rob's not.
Hi, Rob. He probably doesn't even know we're back. Who knows?
Probably not. So just let everybody know, I threw our merch store out in the chat, and if anybody's interested in any Blondes and Booze merchandise, it's very affordable, and it is made by we have a lady out of Wisconsin that makes all of our merchandise, and she employs people with disabilities, so it's for a good cause. And like I said, in the prices, even if you just look on and can't buy anything, just check out our prices. It's very, very reasonable. So, Rob,
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, what I wanted to say is that's the first edition merchandise that you're going to get right now until we change the logo. If you didn't notice, we have a new logo up there. It's just me and Chris up there.
I seen that. I was going to say something, but yeah, I saw that. It's pretty sweet.
And you know what? I want to talk about that real quick. Here is our new logo. Let me find it here. Oh, it's in the corner.
Overlay.
Well, it's the two of us, and I just want to let everybody know that Erin is doing well, and she is actually going to be moving, and we definitely wish her well. And you know, she's still around. I still talk to her, and she just had a lot of things going on. So we definitely wish her well. And yep, for sure. So anyway, so we changed our logo for Brandy and I, and yeah.
See our little picture? See our little picture? It looks like it's hanging on my wall.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was for a minute there.
It's really not. It's.
I'm like, how the hell did you do that, Brandy? Of course, I mean, once you. God, never mind.
It's over here. Looks like it's hanging on my wall, but no.
It does look like it's hanging on your wall.
Oh, I thought it was. I really did earlier backstage. I'm like,
yeah, no, it's not. It's
not.
That's how good it looks.
It's like, yeah. So if you want the first edition merchandise, go and get it now. Otherwise, we're in the next week or so, we're going to be sending in the new logo. So any merch ordered after that will be the new stuff. So
yep. And
you know what? Talk about merchandise. I love you too. I was popped in, watch the show with DA, And so people are talking to me in chat. I'm talking back. And you know how it is with our merchandise. I mean, we have merchandise and we sell it. And if people buy it, they buy it. But I have to tell you, so that you guys are talking about merchandise. And somebody in chat asked me, Rob, do you have merchandise? I go, yeah. So I just told them, just go to my YouTube page and you can find it's called BMR's Bandana Store and More. And you know what? After you guys bring it up on your show, this person bought $75 worth of merchandise and my book yesterday.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually, you know what's really funny? I got to tell you, you know, we're all in the age of the 80s where it was like the cool
Yeah.
thing to wear concert t-shirts. I feel like that's what my wardrobe is looking like, but with like my friends' shirts, apparel. Rob, I have your shirt. I have,
Yes.
I have Tex. I have D.A. Roberts. I have Blondes and Booze. I have an Inhumanoids with Barton Nunley. I have a Dogman with Barton Nunley. So I need to order one more, and then I'll have like one to wear each day of the week.
That's
I have,
pretty sweet.
and I wear them all.
this is
I wear
this is
them
a
all.
funny story. This is a funny story. Okay, so we're in Alabama. We're at the conference, and Tex has a shirt, so he puts it up for auction. Okay. So I'm like, okay, so I bid on it, bid on it, bid it on. I'm like, I don't have one, so I'm gonna bid on this one, right? So I end up winning it in the auction. It's a 4X. So it is now my new night shirt.
Yeah, your
Just
nightgown. It's probably your
Yeah,
nightgown.
yeah,
Yeah.
nightgown. And I tell you what, it's like one of the most comfortable ones I have. So I wear it all the time. I'm probably gonna wear it out. So the next one I order is probably gonna be another 4X.
Well, I will say this to anybody that buys anybody's merchandise. I always buy bigger than my size is because you can't go wrong with oversized clothing.
No, that's true.
No,
You
no,
can't.
no,
Actually,
no.
tonight I actually have Barton Nunley's Dogman. I'll show everybody here.
Yeah,
I have
that's
that
pretty.
shirt on tonight. Yeah, well, today I wore
Oh,
it all day. I
you
literally,
know,
like I said, I wear these like every day. Like I'm wearing somebody. So it might be like a Sunday, Rob, and I'm wearing you.
yeah, I see. Yeah, thank you so much for that, you guys. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for. I've got to get a new. I'm buying all my stuff for the fall because I need the Blondes and Booze hoodie. I gotta get that. I got one in Texas. I have one in Texas when he was cryptid paranormal investigations way back. What? Yes, a mouthful.
Hmm.
And then so I need a couple hoodies. I'm gonna get me a Blondes and Booze hoodie. I think I'm gonna get a double X, maybe a
Hmm.
triple X, just to kick back because I watch football every Sunday
There you
and
go. There you
support it
go.
on the.
We,
You go,
we
you can pull
definitely
it out on the
appreciate it.
knees.
And to let everybody know too, our merch store right now just has clothes. We are talking to a friend of ours who just actually got a laser. So we've been talking to him about making some different like tumblers and things like that for us. So, you know, I would say, you know, within the next few months, we'll have that kind of stuff available too.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
I think that I'm gonna be switching to your guys' merch
Mhm.
store. My merch for everybody listening, my merch store is fine. Is what I like most about what my store offers is like you said, I like the tumblers. I've probably sold more BMR coffee mugs and glassware than actually apparel. Now the
Mhm.
apparel's fine, it's cool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just put out 4 new bandanas,
Yeah.
BMR bandanas, which I'm waiting for mine.
Hmm.
Yeah, there you go, Freaky.
Yeah.
I
I
love
like
Freaky.
that.
Yeah. Wear it backwards,
I
use
look,
your hoodie as a popcorn holder.
Yeah.
yeah, very good. In fact, they have pop. They do have a Teespring does have the popcorn bowls where you can.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
They're
wow.
made of tin, and you can put your logo on it and stuff.
Hmm.
Which you know, if you have buttered popcorn, it'll stay warm, which is a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we get off stage or off live, I'll let you know who we're talking to, because you might be interested in some of their stuff too, and you know this person. So
Okay.
anyway,
Well, I'm interested in everybody's stuff. It's just a matter of collecting.
well, no, you can get like tumblers and things like that he can make.
Oh,
Different
okay.
type of things.
He can
Besides the.
customize it, is what she's
My
saying.
big Well, here's my biggest thing. Now that we're talking about merchandise, the one thing that I do want to do, you guys, regardless of tumblers, t-shirts, hoodies, I need some cool BMR bandanas with my
Mhm,
logo, because
mhm.
everybody tells me that they would buy them immediately.
Yep.
And I'll be
Mhm.
honest with you, and I'm an honest guy. I'll tell everybody out there, the bandanas I have out now are like $20 for one, and it's only one side print. And I'm like, no, man, that's for the customers and for the audience, our subscribers. That's too much money for one side. So I'm trying to get them where they only cost you $10,
Mhm.
and they're a better, like this is good quality. But you know what? I can buy 10 of these
Mhm.
for $5. Why
Yeah.
can't I just get
Right.
10 BMR bandanas for $2 and sell them for
Right.
$5? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who wants to
So
go first and tell their
I
spooky story?
I try to be fair about it. But yeah,
I
Brandy,
hear you.
maybe you should go first.
I love ghost stories. I love my own ghost stories.
I do too.
um,
Tell us one.
let me think. Let me think. Okay, so let's start with the Conjuring House ghost story.
Okay.
Okay, so I've told this before, but this is actually one that I really like. It's kind of cool. Um, so I went and stayed in the Conjuring House there in Rhode Island. And when I got out there, I was thinking that this place was out in the middle of nowhere. And at one
Mhm.
time it was, but it's no longer that way. There are houses up in, they're up the street and but there's a lot of room and a lot of woods out there. So I
Mhm.
did a lot of walking around, looking and seeing all this kind of stuff. And then we decided, well, it's getting dark outside. Let's get inside. I'm like, okay. So we were inside, and of course we had uh, a lot of things happening with equipment, things like that, and I'm like, well, that's cool, and some really super things happened that had never happened to me before. Like I heard over the spirit box it say behind you. Now, I can't tell you how many times on a spirit box I've heard behind you or turn around or, something of that nature. But I actually turned around and looked behind me, like it said, right behind you. And there is a replica of the Annabelle doll. Now, if that's not freaky enough. It's a replica, and it's actually the case that it's in is also an exact replica that they have the actual Annabelle doll in. So that's kind of freaky to walk by anyway. That
Creepy. That's
it
creepy.
gives you the creeps as you walk by. But I set
Yeah.
up some motion the cat balls, the motion balls, and I set them over there. And I turn around, and the next thing you know, these lights start going off. And I was like, that is the first time I've ever heard it say, turn around. I did, and something happens. I thought, well, there you go. There you go. There's something intelligent going on in here. So we did a little bit more with the spirit box and things like that. And it was answering questions directly. And then one of the guys that was with us said, you must be getting tired. And then you hear the spirit box go, might be. So then we're sitting there talking amongst ourselves, and then somebody asked, well, what's your favorite month? And then you hear January come across the spirit box.
So it's definitely an intelligent haunting.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I mean, it wasn't taking too long to answer, and it came back and said January.
Wow.
And then the guy that asked the question says, well, that's my birth month. And then you hear the spirit box say, what day?
Oh wow.
Wow.
So that started freaking me out, because the spirit box, sometimes you can, you know, I don't know, misinterpret what it's trying to say, or make it be what you want it to say, or you don't hear the words, but we were
Sure.
actually hearing these words, and it was actually having a conversation, which for me, that's the first and only time that I had a conversation where it was answering directly. So
Holy cow.
yeah, because there was no way to you know confuse that, should I say. There was no way to confuse, because he said, "Oh, that was my birth month." And it says, "Well, what day?" So, that got me. So we all decided we were going to bed. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen The Conjuring House or anything like that, but the Amish started building this house, okay? And when they built the house, they built it in parts. So they built one part, both floors, or all three
Mm-hmm.
floors. They built it. And then they would build the next section. And then there was the third section. So there
Mm-hmm.
are, like, in between the first bedroom and the second bedroom, they left the window in there when they added on the next addition to this house. And then if you go into third bedroom, if you know anything about the Conjuring House, there's a little kind of cubby way that goes up into an attic, and there's a lot of strange happenings that go on in there. They talk about possibly the spirit of a boy, or things like that going on up there. So I decide I'm going to stay in the middle bedroom because that seems to be the most active. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's just where I'm staying. So Holly, which has been on our show many times, Holly stayed in there with me, and we decided, hey, let's just leave our voice recorders on and let's get some sleep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we laid down, and a couple hours later, it was probably about, I would say 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, I hear somebody running downstairs that would be on the first floor, not the basement, but in the first floor, from the kitchen to the dining room to the living room. I can hear them running, and it wasn't like little steps, it was very heavy steps, and they were running back and forth.
Hmm.
So I sat up and I'm like, okay, nobody's awake. And I'm thinking, am I going to go investigate that? I'm like, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'm just going to lay right back down. So I did. And I just laid there till it stopped. And then I went back to sleep. Probably about 30, 45 minutes later, we hear a little bit of a bang. And then we hear the running around again. And Holly and I both sat up. And I'm like, did you hear that? She says, yeah. I said, are you getting up? She said, yeah. I said, okay. So we got up and we grabbed all of our equipment and went right straight downstairs. Now, mind you, the sun had come up by then. Um, so this was happening in daytime hours. So we decided to go down there. We went in the kitchen, and of course, I've got to grab a cup of coffee. If you know me, know I've got to have my coffee in the morning. So I grabbed a cup of coffee, drank that real quick, and we were waiting to see if anything else was going to happen. Nothing was happening, and we were talking and whispering. So we didn't want to wake anything up, and we wanted to make sure, that we could hear everything else that was going on in the house. So she's like, well, do you want to go down in the basement? I'm like, absolutely. Let's go. So we were down in the bedroom investigating. About 45 minutes later, her son and his wife were in the very last bedroom, the third bedroom, and comes downstairs and he's like, uh, you ask us if we were ready to go? And she's like, no, we've been down in the basement. He said, there's a woman that came in and said, are you ready to go? Like we were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, no, it was not us. He goes, I heard her simply walk into the room and say that. So we said, no, we didn't do it. Anyway, so we had the recorder still running upstairs. We forgot about those. I had taken mine, but she had left hers. So hers was still running. So when we reviewed all the evidence, sure enough, she caught it. You could hear somebody walking into the room, and you can hear in a faint woman's voice something about to go. Because it was kind of off in a distance. It was in the third bedroom, and you could hear her talking to them. So
Wow.
that was kind of crazy.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
really crazy. I mean, it's a trip that I would do again, except I would stay longer next time. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
that's
Yeah.
That is just a super
ugh.
great place that I recommend. They were worried about demons being in there and this, that, and the other. I don't think that demons are in there. I think it was just a really mad woman. You know, when a woman's scorned, she is gonna wreak havoc. And I think that was what was going on when all of the stuff was going on. What was it back in the 70s, Krista?
Hmm.
When all of this stuff was happening at the Conjuring House, and that's where this female spirit was just having just a mess going on because she just didn't approve of the wife being in there and blah blah blah. So yeah, I don't think it's demonic. I just think she was just ticked off. I think
Sounds
she
like
was
it.
just
Wow.
yeah, just ticked off. Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, that's one of my stories.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
you always have good ones, Brandy.
real quick, I want to answer Freaky Geek. I was talking about the Winchester Mystery House. That apparently she was told that she could never stop building and adding on to that building by a ghost. So I've never
Yeah.
been there. However, from things I've read and documentaries that I've seen, like there's a lot of hallways and steps that lead to nowhere in there. So
Oh, yes, yes, doorways. I mean, you could walk out one doorway and you better be careful because you're gonna go down 2 stories, you're gonna fall.
yeah,
It's a very strange house. It's like things that the floors are not right, they're, like, built on the side, and it was just
yeah.
anything to keep this building going because this woman had, lost her mind. She just
Well, what?
lost
Yeah,
her mind.
wasn't it that it was supposedly if she didn't keep building, then all of the ghosts, because
That's what she
her
thought.
husband owned the Winchester guns. That's where it
Yes,
started.
yes,
Supposedly,
because
all of the
she
ghosts that were killed by the Winchester guns would come back and haunt
yes.
her.
Yes,
Yeah,
because she said
so,
she was visited by this ghost that told her
yeah,
that if she didn't keep building,
yeah,
that all these bad things would come to
yeah,
her, and
yeah,
she thought it was because of the guns that her family had made and people had used to kill other people, and
and
she had
worse.
just literally just there is a book, and I want to say they made a movie out of it too, which is very similar, and it's called Rose Matter, and I think it's Stephen King. But they made a
Mm.
movie out of it. It's called Rose Matter, and it's pretty much the same type of deal. It's
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
interesting, but it's pretty much the same story. I guess for me it is, but
Yeah,
it
it's real
it's a really
similar.
cool read and
Wow.
just a nice movie to watch. Well, not a nice movie, but
Well, yeah,
a
right.
strange movie. Strange movie.
It's
It's a
definitely
nice
not a nice
it's a
one.
nice effed up movie to watch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
want to have the
exactly.
kids
But
in the
it's
room.
called Yeah, it's called Rose Matter, though. I believe that is the title of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Rose, let's get on this weird subject here real quick, and then Rob, you can tell your story.
Okay. All right.
Okay, the possession of Emily Rose. You know that
Oh
movie?
God, stop, please.
Oh, okay.
Now that one I got to tell you. So there's a lot of different type dark stuff out there, but I really believe that one to be true. Just saying. You said
I
Rose. You
I
made that
just
pop in my head.
how
Yeah.
okay, listen. You both know me when it comes to paranormal, but I am into I don't know how I say all these things to you guys, but I still I'm into this stuff. I love when it comes down to exorcisms and people possessed by demons, I'm drawn to it. I can
Mhm.
never watch the entire thing, although that one I did. And I gotta
Yeah.
tell you something, that scared the hell out of me.
No, that was a scary movie. It truly was.
I
And
think, and that was true story from what I heard.
yeah, and people that dabble in things they don't know what
Yeah,
they're dabbling in
yeah.
and doing a Ouija boards, they need to watch that movie and see what can truly happen because that's definitely true. Penny Van, she said, talking about the Winchester house, she said she had
Yeah.
seance most nightly in the house, and spirit would tell her she had to use up all her wealth made from the guns on continual construction of the house or she would die. Yes, you are correct. That's it now. Thank you for the reminder on that because I knew part of it, but I wasn't totally clicking.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of that was in her head.
I think she was crazy.
I think
Seriously.
she was. I think she
She
had.
might have had like
Okay.
some ghost and stuff. I think
Yeah, I
she
believe she did. I believe she did.
However, I think she took it to the extreme. I don't think that
Now, did she have a, sorry, did she have like a psychic medium in on those seances? I cannot remember because I
I
think
don't
it was somebody else telling her that was it doing these things. Ah, gosh.
I'm not
Now you're
sure.
gonna make me go read that whole book all over again.
And she had to do continual construction 24/7. Total, had to be constantly working on and building this house. So,
Right. No, Freaky Geek, it's not the haunted Hill House. I've been
yeah.
there. Eh, Is it haunted? Yeah. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. It's
I
super crazy.
Yeah.
I do have to tell you guys, and I've told you both this several times. Father Malachi Martin, write it down. I know Brandy writes stuff down. Oh,
Mhm.
Krista does too. It's, it's scary, but it's compelling. Father Malachi Martin, an exorcist. He performs exorcisms,
Mhm.
and he had a 12-part miniseries with Art Bell on Art Bell's show, which I think he has so many different show names. But if you look it up, Art Bell, Father Malachi Martin, you guys,
Mhm.
and I'm scared of this stuff, but I will listen to it like once a year, all 12 of them.
Mhm.
When I have a day where I don't want to do nothing, I will listen to 12 straight hours of it
Oh
with my
wow.
Mhm.
headphones on. No, I'll listen, and it's not a
Mhm.
video. It's just him interviewing this father,
Sure.
this priest
It's new, isn't
about,
it?
huh?
It's
Pardon
a
me?
newer one, isn't it? I think I've seen it.
Well, Art Bell, no. Well, this was done back when Art Bell was still alive. He's been dead for what
Yeah, it's
since
Oh,
what?
audible.
okay.
It's audible, but it don't matter though. It is, it's fascinating. But anyways, you guys you guys got to find that. It's
Mhm.
great, scary,
You know,
but it's really cool. I just like it. But
Yeah.
and I'm a guy
right.
that, as you guys know, hates the shit.
Mhm.
But I will tell you this story. Now, Chris, I think like a month ago, the Travel Channel had on the Eloise.
Mhm.
Now that was on, so I watched that and I said, "Hey, Krista, check this out. This is by my house." Well, Eloise is an insane asylum
Mhm.
that in, and it's in Westland, Michigan, which is
Yep.
maybe an hour from me. 1930s and 40s. They conducted, it was for the criminally insane and just people that were flat
Mhm.
insane, according to them, in the 30s or 40s, 50s. And it was there for many years. And now, not unlike what I saw on the Travel Channel, which is so inaccurate. So I was
Mhm.
kind of disappointed in it. But a lot of things happen there, a lot of
Yes.
terrible things. And so, again, Chris, I told you to watch it. I don't know if you did or
Mhm.
didn't. Don't bother. So, anyway, now this is like in the 80s. Now, first of all, they shut down the sanatorium like in the 70s or the 80s, but it stood there. And again, I have to preface this. It's been rebuilt. Right today, it
Mhm.
stands there as a beautiful, it's rebuilt, like it looks like a hotel. Nothing like it looked like in the
Yeah.
70s and 60s, 70s.
Mhm.
So they shut it down, and it was shut down for like 2, 3 decades. And it was a dilapidated building. And then the city went in and they condemned it and they knocked down a lot of it. And in fact, it was fenced off. You couldn't access it or anything like that. Now, part of this insane asylum, they had all your levels, and there was the bottom level, which is where the really messed up people were. But below that, there was an underground tunnels and caverns that led to where these doctors worked on people
Mhm.
below the bottom level. So we always heard stories about this as kids. I always heard these stories about Eloise. Rob, don't go to Eloise. I'm like, okay, I won't. I'm like 13, 14 years old. So I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s, and my girlfriend, still is my friend today, Sandy, who I met in high school. We're still buddies to this day. I hooked up with her and two of her friends, two girls, and they were ghost hunters, these two
Mhm.
girls. And they turned Sandy on to ghost hunting. And Rob goes, "You want to go on a ghost hunt with me?" And you guys, you got to remember, this is well before ghost hunting was a term. It was not even on TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the F you, what are you talking about ghost hunting? Yeah, we're
Mhm.
going to go look for ghosts with my two girlfriends. Who are
Mhm.
they? Do I know? No, I just met them. One's my new neighbor, and it's her friend. So I said, well, I gotta meet this girl first. So I meet this girl. We're hanging out, and I'm like, no, I ain't. No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing. I'm not going. So a week later, they call me back. Rock, come on, don't be a puss. Let's go. I said, where are you going? And they said Eloise, and I'm all, and that right then and there, I'm like, no, come on. I said, you guys, you can't get in. Sandy says, well, my friend Carrie, I forget the name already, knows how to get in. We can get in. I said, you guys, it's almost like level. Yeah, but there's underground tunnels. I said, yeah, I've heard about the underground tunnels. That's no. Come on, Rob. Let's go. So it's me. So I said, you know what? Let's just go. So me, Sandy, Carrie, and some other. So there was three girls and me. I'm like, well, we probably can't get in anyway, so I'll go for the ride. So we're driving down Michigan Avenue. Is that like Michigan Avenue in Vinoy in Westland, Michigan, or somewhere around there? And I were pulling up on it, and I just see this dark, desolated, rundown building, and it's black as black can be.
Mhm.
And we pull up in some field. I'm like, are you guys serious? How do we even get in here? Don't worry, Rob, just follow us. So I go with the girls, and I follow them like 100 yards, and it's all surrounded, you guys, by tall 8-foot fence. It might even had barbed wire. I mean, it was not a place to go in. Taped off. Well, they had cut the chain link fence where they could get in. Okay, well, everyone knows how to do that. I said, no big deal. I go through. Then we walk towards the sanitarium. And it's just all run down, as I said. I said, what are we supposed to do here? We're going to hang out here, look for ghosts? No, no,
Mhm.
no, no. We know how to get inside the tunnel. I'm like, you kidding me? So we're going around back. And sure enough, you guys, they found this place. There was like a 4x4 window at the base of this sanitarium.
Mhm.
And there was a broken down window, which they had been into many times, and they covered it up. And so they opened it. You could get in, And when she went in the window, there was like a bench or something you could step on and get inside. So now I'm like, oh my God. And I'm sitting there. And this is way before I knew anything about like paranormal stuff. I was just like ghosts, ooh, ghosts.
Right.
So we
Right.
get in, and I get in there. We're at the bottom of this. We're in the bottom, below the last level. We're below. We're in like the tunnel area. Because all it is, you looked, and we had these little flashlights where it lit up the darkness where you could see enough where you could walk. And I get in there, and it's this tunnel, and I'm feeling like this is not right. And it was really a musty smell, a dank smell. It smelled like mildew. It just smelled like, I'm not going to say death to make the story more scary, but it just smelled wild.
Yeah.
So we're going through these tunnels, but they're not like tunnels so you think. I mean, it was like a floor, but it was beneath the ground, so they call them tunnels, I guess I should say. So we're walking, and you're walking by these rooms, and you look in a room, and there was like gurneys, there was like tubs, and you could tell that there was like an operating type rooms, and we're looking in there, shining flashlights. Just creepy. So nothing's going on. So we continue down this tunnel or down the bottom, the basement, I guess. Then we come across this one room, and the three of us stop and look in. And it was a kind of a big room. It was maybe a 50 feet by 50 feet. It was a square on the back, on the very, very back. When I looked in, on the very back was a very long tub, and there was like two like at one they were steel, but at one point you could tell they were steel. They were rusted out gurneys, but they looked like operating tables. And to the left, there's all these cabinets, and it was very. I had a very weird feeling. So did the girls, but we're in here and we're shining these lights, and we're looking in. And then back in the day, you guys, the cell phone wasn't like a very good camera, but there were cell phones back when I was 30. I just remember the girls were just like flashing, taking pictures and stuff like that, but of the place. And then all of a sudden, you guys, because I did not have a flashlight, Sandy had a flashlight, and the other two girls did, and the flashlights went out. I remember they went out. Now we're in darkness. And on the left-hand side of this place, there was the cabinets, and all the cabinet doors were closed. I do remember that. And then we heard the clanking of the cabinet doors, clanking, like opening and closing, opening and closing. So we all start to freak out. But now we want to run out of there. You guys have to realize something. We realize that it's pitch black, and we don't know where to run. We lose all cognizance of where the door is. So I'm like, no, they start running. It's like, girl, stop. I'm like, stop running. You don't know where you're going. Because I think one person ran into a chair and fell down. Stop and just wait. And start shaking your flashlights. Flashlight goes on for one of the girls, and we see the opening to the door. I say, hey, there's the door. And then she takes it off of the door, and she just scans it to where the cabinets were. The cabinet doors, which were shut, were now open, which not a big deal. That could have been. You think it could have been wind, but you're below ground. And she turns it over to one of these gurneys, and I swear the three of us saw something. It was like an image of a body on this gurney. In the back of this gurney, there was a apparition in the back of it, almost like it was operating. But they're very transparent. But you could see a person's body on the gurney and a person in back of them like they were a doctor. We all flip out. I'm like, Shine, let's get the hell out of here. And we find the doorway. We get to the door. We get out. The lights now the flashlights get a little brighter, and we beeline out of there. And so we finally get out. We go through there. We go back up on that whatever was table. Got out the window. We run to the car, and we're all like freaking out. Wow, did you guys see that? Wow, did you see that crazy stuff? I'm like, yeah. I said, it was, and then now we're calming down. Yeah, there's no wind there. How are those cabinet doors? But the freakiest thing is we saw that image on a gurney of the person and then like the doctor. It was like a doctor. It looked like a guy with an old fashioned bandana like this, but like a white, but not white, but that's what I'm thinking in my mind, and a person. So like, man, well, we might have seen some ghosts, you guys. Yeah. And then they're looking on their phones for their pictures. And all the pictures, there's no pictures. It was all darkness. You could not see nothing, which, figure that. So we get home and we went to the girl, I think Carrie, whoever it was, we went in her backyard. So we get in the backyard, you guys. So we're hanging out. Now we're starting to have a couple cocktails. We're starting to kid it up and laugh about just what happened, about especially the body thing. And she had a big open backyard. It was very dark and very ominous in her backyard. It backed up to the woods, and she had a tiki bar with a long bar, which we didn't go back there because it was kind of far away and mosquitoes are out. So we're hanging out on their patio. And so I happened to glance over to this bar, you guys, and I shake my head. Now I'm thinking I see the vision of that body on that gurney on top of the bar with the doctor in back of it at now this girl's bar carries this girl
Wow.
at her house. And I looked, I said, man, I'm just imagining things from what I saw. And I shook my head. I looked, it wasn't, then it was gone. I go, Sandy, my best friend, girlfriend at the time, hey, do me a favor, look over there, make sure there's nothing at that bar. And she looks at me, she says, I see the images we saw in that basement. She goes, did you see like a
Wow.
body really quickly? I go, yeah, I did. I just saw it too. The other two girls, we asked them to look. They didn't see it, nothing. They thought we were just, making funny, stories at night to scare them. But I swear to God, I seen that. And Sandy, who I've known since I still know her today, you guys, for 30 plus years. We both today talk about it. We both saw that image in Eloise, and we saw this girl Carrie's bar in the back, like 5 hours later when we got back to the house.
Wow. Why have you never told me this encounter before?
I've got a lot of encounters I've never told you about.
I know. I'm sitting here going,
Can I tell
well,
you? Do I have to tell you everything?
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
listen.
when it comes to like this,
Listen, I'm scared of this shit. The
I know
bar
you
thing, you guys know the bar thing. Right now, I don't like talking about it. I'm
Mhm.
comfortable with you two. But I
Yeah.
can't tell. I just can't.
oh, yeah.
I just don't like it. I don't like it, you guys.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I
I
just
know
don't.
the Eloise. I know the Eloise, if I'm not mistaken, is rentable for overnight investigation.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna tell you guys come down and check it out with me.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's just it's modern. Now I'm sure there's still ghosts there, but it's not like when I saw the original dilapidated, effed up building.
Sure.
To me,
Yeah.
that's where it's at. Not something that's been remodeled. It's like taking down a Holiday Inn and rebuilding it. I mean,
Right.
the place is beautiful. I'd go there and have dinner there. It looks like a hotel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
As you know, Rob, it doesn't matter. It could be attached to the land, or maybe the
I
foundation is
know.
still there.
Well,
Maybe
you
the
can't get
original foundation is still
well,
there.
you can't get to the tunnels. I mean, I went there when it was raw dilap. Like I'm saying, yes, I guess it'd be cool to check out. I don't know. I'm just saying, man, this was like in the 80s, 90s, I think, whatever it was. But yeah, it was just a piece of a mass land sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I told you, Kristen, to watch it. I don't want to tell you the story that I had. I just wanted you to see what you said, and you thought not too much about it, even if you watched it. Because I watched it,
Yeah.
I was just disappointed. So I said, "Fuck
Right.
it, I'm not gonna tell that story." You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hear you.
Absolutely.
And I had the story about the ghost of Dead Man's Curve and all that. You've heard that before.
Well, what you're that's for another night. You can't tell them all
I ain't
tonight.
gonna say that tonight, but I think you guys heard that one.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
you told us, yeah.
that was my really first. I knew nothing about ghosts
Mhm.
or
Mm.
not that I didn't know. That's really the first thing that really scared the crap out of me. Especially my friend.
Yeah.
That's my same friend who just had cancer. Who, by the way, is cancer free. She had her surgery, everything's removed. She's good to go.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's great news.
good
Yeah,
deal. Good
Awesome
deal.
news.
yeah, a
Well,
lot going on.
yeah. Well, Rob, though, I mean, even though Chris and I have done this for a very long time and it's been part of our lives and we understand, there's always that one story that got us. There's that one place that got us, and we'll always remember that.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. It's that
Mhm.
yeah.
one time. It's that one time.
You
And
know
you
what's
can have a thousand experiences, but it's that one time that you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
ooh.
but you know what's funny for me, you guys? Well, funny's not the right word. The more and more that I like talk to you guys or just do the shows, there's so many things that come to my memory that I totally forgot in the past.
Mhm. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You guys you've heard the therapy, what's that? Where they hypnotize you,
Past life
Yeah.
regression.
something. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, you guys have Barry. Well, so Barry wants me to do that with him because
Yeah.
he says he could do it to me because we
Mhm.
had talked for some hours like a month ago,
Yeah.
and he seems to think that I've actually had an alien encounter or abduction. Thinks the same about Tex, and I'm just not. I can't go there right now.
Mhm.
And if anyone
Yeah.
I believe, and I tell you what, I do trust Barry. I think he's a straight shooter, but I'm like, dude, the reason why I'm not doing it is because I think you know your stuff. Regressive therapy, regression, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you guys, yeah, I remember stuff in the woods. My buddy Mike, we'd be in the woods. We'd always, I, th- I remember more and more things as the years go by. Only
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I think of doing this now.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what
It's like
happens as a kid or a man or young man is you don't think it exists, so you blow it off and you put it
Right.
somewhere in your subconscious. And
Absolutely.
I think
Block
that
it.
is buried there.
Yep.
Yeah. And it triggers a memory when somebody else is talking about their personal experience. It triggers something for you, and that's very
Mhm.
normal. That's very normal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the
Absolutely.
story I told you guys and to everybody watching, I I told it once. I told it once to somebody else, but I kind of put it like in the back of my brain, I guess.
Hmm. That is strange, though. That's an excellent story. I
Yeah.
mean,
Great stories.
yeah,
And see the thing,
and to have somebody that you still communicate with to this day,
yeah.
have that experience with you is fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, here's a funny story regarding this girl Sandy, who I've known since like we were 13 years old when I met her. I still know her today. She's
Mhm.
married to my best friend.
Mhm.
And her mom, who passed away 5 years ago, and I would see her all the time because her mom was one of my best friends too,
Mhm.
as for an older woman, would always tell me, "You and Sandy are soulmates. I know she's married to your best friend, but you guys should have been married." I'm like, "Why?" I go, "I don't love her like that. As a friend, I do." She goes, "Oh, I can just tell there's something spiritual with you two. Even though you
Mhm.
guys might not be attracted to each other." She goes,
Right.
"The word soulmate." And she
Yeah.
was a big believer in all this. And on her
Right.
dying, and when she died, when her mom died, Sandy finally told me this, like when she got cancer, which she don't have, or had it retract
Right.
taken. You guys know the story.
Hmm.
Her mom told
Right.
me on her deathbed, man, you always should have married Rob. And then she
Wow.
passed away like, 8 hours later. She goes,
Wow.
nothing against Brian, but Rob was your soulmate.
You know, I
Isn't that
believe
wild?
I believe people can have soulmates and not necessarily be married to them, be friends like you and
Yeah.
she is, you
I've
Yeah,
know?
been
right.
hearing about that a lot more now lately. It's like you have soulmate friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
hearing that a lot lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I thought
Mhm.
that was strange.
And
And
you know what? Here's the thing. Say you would have married her years ago. It may not have worked out. You were meant to be soulmates as friends in this way, connect
yeah.
at a different level, not a physical level.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just, I just view her like she's a sister.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the woman. She's attractive. Nothing. Hey, she's fine
Yeah.
looking. But it's like for
Yeah.
whatever. I just like. It's just I don't know how to explain it. Just a
I,
friend.
I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean?
I
Well,
totally get it, BMR. I have a friend like that as well. That he's like a brother to me. I mean, there's and Brandy knows who I'm talking about, and it's weird. We connect on a different level, and not
well,
in a physical level.
right.
It's
But
almost like
that almost goes back to what, now hear me out.
yeah.
Past life regression. Now,
Hmm.
some of
Right.
these people that you're friends with in this lifetime may have been more or less in a different lifetime, but you knew them, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
and
Maybe.
you find that out by doing that
Right.
with like Barry, by doing that
Hmm.
regression thing and that hypnosis. That's where
Hmm.
you find out. I
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
my
kind
thing
of like
is you might as well do
reincarnation and
it.
stuff.
Yeah, you might as well do it because what can you do about it now? If something's already passed, it's already gone. Yeah, it's not going to hurt anything.
Oh no. I mean, no. You're right. No, you're absolutely. I'm not scared of it. I mean,
Hmm.
Yeah,
something that probably has to be done anyway, because I want to
right.
get it done for other reasons too, not just
Well,
that.
yeah,
Just like
yeah. Which I know.
yeah. So but I always thought, but here's the weird thing about this whole experience with her, and we've talked about this. I mean, I've known her.
Mhm.
We always were like, no, we love our friendship, so we
Hmm.
never took it to that level.
Right,
Do not
right,
ruin what we had.
Hmm.
A lot
Right.
of people are friends, they get married, then they hate each other.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
you were, that I understand wholeheartedly what you mean, because I too have somebody that's like that. It's just weird. We connect on a on a mental level. It's a weird thing, and there's no like sexual attraction there. It's just a mental.
yeah,
You know.
mental, whatever it
yeah.
is.
That
Yeah, I
makes me
mean,
wonder about past lives and
Well, let me put that comment up. Growing old with purpose actually has a good point here. Said she may have been a member of your soul family, maybe in another lifetime you were married, or even brother and sister by blood.
huh?
Very
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
true.
yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know how that all works. I mean, that's not my wheelhouse. It's not
Yeah,
something I've studied.
right.
Um, but it's interesting. Maybe I need to
For
look into
sure.
that
It's
a little
just
bit. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just not my wheelhouse. It's just something that I have not studied, and I don't know why. Because, like I said, it's something that I would really dig into if I would just do it.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so weird because with this person, I've known her as long as my best friend, and we're all great friends. We're fine. We're great together. But it's
Hmm.
like I'll go over there and she have the husband over who's my buddy, and I know, but then again, it's not weird because I've told you guys I know things anyway. I know exactly what she's going to tell her husband before she says it, and she'll look at me and grin because she knows that I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will look at me and her like, what are you guys talking about? How you guys know? And we're like, we don't know how we know. We
Mhm.
just do.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's why her mom always thought that we were soulmates because we were on the same connection, the same plane.
Yeah.
Huh.
And maybe
That
that's
is
the
a-
word. Maybe
Mhm.
that's the word I just said, the same plane.
There you
Yeah.
You
go.
know? Whatever. You know?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I think there are many planes or dimensions or different places that you can be with people. I don't think that they're all just. I don't think time just goes on at one straight line,
Mhm.
and we just. I think sometimes there's a ripple or a loop or where things happen. Especially when you're ghost hunting and you can take it's almost like a snapshot in time when you can see a spirit, an apparition doing the same thing constantly, time after time, night after night, the same thing over and over and over again. So I think that there's something there because it's replaying that history for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what it all means, I don't know. I don't know.
Belinda,
I-
Belinda makes a good point here. Yes, I believe in reincarnation. Maybe the fears and phobias we have today, maybe because of the way we passed in a past life. Spider bite, heights, fell or jumped off a cliff. Yeah,
It's
very
possible,
true.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
Could
I
but
agree.
mean,
that brings me back to my point about
yeah.
it's not going to bother me to find out about my past or what I was doing in a past life because it's already gone. There's nothing that I can do about that,
Well, actually, no,
you know?
I will tell you this. I'm not scared of that. If I went back and did regression and I was a gladiator, I got killed by a lion. Okay, fine, cool. I died you know, as a
A
hero, as
valiant
a
death.
I was
A
brave.
yeah,
valiant death.
yeah. So that's not the thing. I don't know how these people do this alien abduction stuff. If I could go back and find I was, I don't think I ever was. I'm just talking. If you were abducted by
But
an
that is
alien
in
and you were
this
experimenting,
lifetime.
isn't
Yeah,
that weird?
that's in this
Right.
lifetime.
In this
Mhm.
lifetime
So
is what I mean.
that would be a little bit different.
That would
Yeah,
be different.
that'd be a little bit different.
If I was a Roman Greek warrior in the 1800s, who cares? Thanks for telling me. That would
True,
be cool.
true.
But not to be abducted in 1981 by an alien and been probed or something, That would not be cool.
Yeah, but again, how
Mhm.
it's already gone. The time is already gone. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd get over it. Some people can't get over that though.
Yeah.
right. Well, it's true traumatic. They just put it in the back of their brain and then they just never remember it again because they block it out. It's like they make their own form of amnesia and just never remember that part again.
Yeah,
But
you know, the-
I think it would be good for you to find that out.
I think so.
I
But I also
I think
learned
it
this
answers
too.
the questions for you.
I think I probably will do it, but I will tell you this, guys, and you guys know this: the human mind. You know, well, for me especially, since I started getting involved with this like 5 years ago,
Mhm.
and even prior to this, I knew I could tell things. You guys know all that, but it's just your mind is so powerful.
It is.
It can take you to places, and we only use what I read. We use like what 13% of our brain.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The average person. Think about that.
Yeah.
that's like a whole different show. If we start talking about the abilities and things that we could do if we only used our full brain,
Yeah.
that's a whole different show. Because I
Oh
mean,
hell yeah.
yeah, because I mean, everybody could
It's
use
actually mind-boggling.
telepathy or telekinesis or I mean, the sky's the
I bet
limit if we could just unleash that.
I tell you what, you guys, I do believe that we could probably telecommunicate with each other. I believe that we could probably astral project. I think I've kind of half-assed done that already, anyways. Trying. I actually try to. You guys know that. So,
Oh.
and I'm just a rookie amateur. I mean, I think we could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about having the right training or tutelage and just putting your mind to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. Yep. Well, we are coming up to the 2-hour mark.
yeah, wow.
Yes.
I know.
I really loved you guys, man. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm glad have me come on. Even though I was like partying all day.
That's okay.
That's all
okay.
right. That's all right. God knows I've called you a couple times. You've gotten
Yeah.
drunk, Krista. It's
Yeah,
all-
well, yeah, you guys called me from Alabama.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And she's like,
And I
I'll
want
call.
and I wanted no part of it because I had no fun listening to your drunk asses.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It
I
was
was
me.
telling
It
her
wasn't
about
you. It
something.
was not you, Randy.
It was
It
me.
wasn't you. I know it was not Brandy.
Tell her.
It
Tell
was
her.
Krista.
Yep.
It was
Real quick,
Krista.
I want to thank Midwest Night Watchers for the super chat. We definitely appreciate
Thank you
both
so much.
you and Chiro. You guys are great, and we love you guys.
Love
And
you.
Northern California Cubs fan, thank you very much. We
Thank
appreciate
you
you
so
as
much.
well.
Yes.
Definitely. We man, it's 2 hours went by really quick because usually our shows are only an hour and a half.
Well, this wasn't
I know,
really a
but we
show.
get
This was
talking spooky stories. You
yeah.
know what
This was
happens. We get talking spooky stories. We're just gonna have to go on a normal
Yeah.
night and
well,
just
this
us
wasn't an
and start telling
official
some
show.
stories.
This was kind of a
Yeah, an
salon.
impromptu.
But they're always
Belinda,
the best though.
I was going to say, Belinda, we appreciate you tuning in and we appreciate you subscribing today. And we hope to see you in chat more often.
Yes, Belinda, thank you.
Thanks,
And
Belinda.
happy birthday, Growing Old with Purpose.
Yes, happy
Oh wow,
birthday.
70. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Anyway, the whole point of doing this show, though, we just wanted to, thank everybody. BMR, Tex, you guys are great. We love you all. And everybody out there in chat, you guys, we've been meeting some of you, and so we can put faces with you all, and that's awesome. So
Fantastic.
be here if it wasn't for you all. So we definitely appreciate each one of you guys.
Right. So I will catch you Monday with Tex.
Yep.
You can catch BMR on that's Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central with Beyond BMR, and then you can catch all kinds of the rest of the week. I'm not going to go through it again because it's too long.
No, it's too long. Yes. My book is on Amazon. The link is in my channel.
Yes, Rob has his new book out on Amazon, so make sure you go get a copy. And then when you see him, make him sign
I will sign it. And I do see some people in chat that have bought it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you all. And I guess Brandy and Tex will see you all on Monday evening. And you guys all have a great rest of the weekend.
Then you'll see me and Krista on Thursday, right?
Tuesday this week.
Tuesday?
It's
Tuesday as well. Yeah.
Tuesday evening and Thursday afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, you got double. Oh, sweet. Double.
There you go.
Double
trouble. All right. That's it. Good night, everybody. Thank you all.
See you next week.
Bye-bye. Bye.